A lot of artists waste years practicing drawing without even realising it. You can sketch every day, fill notebooks, follow tutorials, and still feel stuck. Not because you're bad at drawing, but because you're following the wrong things. Within this video, I'm sharing 12 key drawing exercises that you can do to help improve your drawing skill. If you ever feel like you don't know what to draw, this is the video for you, as by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to draw to improve your drawing skill.
First up is circles of various sizes. Start by dividing your paper in half, giving yourself ample space to work. Now, using your pen or pencil, begin drawing circles, but here's the catch. They mustn't overlap. This may seem simple, but challenges your precision and control. As you draw, focus on ghosting the light. What does that mean? It's the act of hovering your pen or pencil 0.5 centimeters away from your drawing paper, about 3 or 4 times before committing to that final 5th stroke. By ghosting the line, you're training your hand to move with intention and precision. It may seem awkward at first, but with practice, you'll notice a significant improvement in your control and accuracy. Remember to follow through with your lines like I'm doing here. As you draw each circle, pay attention to maintaining a consistent shape and size. Vary the sizes of your circles too. This exercise isn't just about the circles themselves, it's about honing your ability to visualize and execute smooth, fluid movements. How long to do this exercise? I recommend you do this exercise for 3 to 5 minutes. We now transition to ellipses of various sizes. Draw 2 parallel vertical lines. Fill the space in between them with ellipses. But here's the twist. As you move from top to bottom, transition those ellipses from circles, elongated ellipses, mimicking the effect of perspective. Be confident with your strokes, ensuring that each ellipse fits within the lines. As you progress downwards, gradually increase the elongation, maintaining symmetry and proportion. Now, onto our next challenge. Here, vertical lines guide you from smaller circles at the top to larger ellipses at the bottom. This exercise not only hones your ellipse drawing skills, but also reinforces your understanding of perspective. Focus on maintaining consistency in spacing and curvature. Let your hand move fluidly, adjusting the shape as needed, fit in the space provided. And then finally, our third exercise, this curved line represents a unique challenge, drawing ellipses and circles along a curved path. How long to do this exercise? I recommend you do this exercise for 3 to 5 minutes. Next up is drawing a photo upside down. Choose a simple object, a mug, a fruit, or anything else that catches your eye, and turn its reference photo upside down. By doing so, you're challenging your brain to receive shapes and lines in a new light. Drawing upside down forces you to rely on the right side of your brain, the side associated with creativity and intuition, rather than the left side, which tends to focus on logical processes. Pay close attention to the lines and shapes rather than getting caught up in what the object should look like. As you draw, you'll likely find that your perception shifts. What once seemed familiar may now seem abstract, allowing you to focus on the fundamental elements of the object rather than its overall form. Drawing upside down is a powerful exercise for training your brain to see things differently. It helps sharpen your observational skills and encourages a deep understanding of form and structure. Practicing lines. 5 minutes. Focus on drawing lines using your whole arm, not just your wrist. Practice drawing diagonally, horizontally to vertically. Experiment with different lengths of line, its direction to how you hold your pencil whilst drawing. Try holding your pencil using an overhand grip and underhand grip to how you would write. What's the difference in lines you can create with these different pencil holds? Practice tapered lines too, going from hard to light and light to hard strokes. Rotate your paper to make your drawing more comfortable. Why is this a key drawing fundamental? This exercise enhances control, precision, and fluidity in your strokes, laying the groundwork for more intricate drawings. Simple values. 10 minutes. I want you to draw a box like this. Don't worry if your box isn't in perspective. or yours just looks a bit wrong. The focus here is on the values. Take that box and add different values to each side using a total of only 3 to 4 shades. Can you see you can make the box 3-dimensional by just using these values? Try this out with only 2 shades as well. This helps you see that values are crucial within drawing. Without shades and tones, a box and also a drawing can look flat. Try drawing boxes in other directions and using different perspectives, and shade each plane or side using a limited tonal value. You can also advance these boxes and study simple objects around your home. How can you split a book, a glass, or an apple into 3 or 4 values? This exercise enhances your understanding of light and shadow, how this forms 3-dimensional drawing, and brings your drawings to life.
Practice tapered lines. Tapered lines adds elegance and depth to your work. It's the backbone of good lines and it's super easy to do. It's the method of going from soft to hard and vice versa. This variation creates dynamic, lively lines and prevents your work from looking monotonous. Practice tapered lines regularly will also improve your control over pressure and weight. So you can practice vertical line exercises. Start by drawing a vertical line from top to bottom. Add pressure at the top of the line, gradually lightening your pressure as you move down. Varying line widths. Draw a series of lines of various lengths. Begin by making the line thick at one end and then taper it off to a fine point at the other. Curved tapered strokes. So practice drawing curved strokes like an arc or a swirl with a tapered effect. Start by applying more pressure at one end of the curve and then gradually easing off as you move towards the other. Study the greats. Examining the line work of master artists is a valuable exercise. Study how they balance bold, heavy lines with delicate, faint lines. Notice how they use line weight to imply depth, light, or movement. Don't just copy, analyze, and study. Think about why each line exists and how it contributes to the overall composition. Write notes next to your drawings if this helps. 3 artists to study for their excellent line quality is Michelangelo. His sketches, especially of the human form, showcase dynamic, energetic lines that emphasize movement and anatomy. Rembrandt, known for his expressive use of light and shadow. Rembrandt's lines are loose yet controlled, creating powerful depth and mood in his drawings. Vincent van Gogh, famous for his heavy, expressive strokes, which are full of character and gesture. And then finally, Haynes Simmons, learned from probably the most successful artist this world has ever seen.
Experimenting with new mediums. Try new tools, new mediums, even styles that feel uncomfortable at first. Switch from pencil to charcoal, pen to digital, or even try watercolors. Because every medium teaches you something different. How to control pressure, how to think in layers, how to simplify shapes. Experimenting like this trains your observation, flexibility, and problem-solving skills. You'll notice that even when you go back to your usual pencil or pen, your drawings will suddenly feel more confident, controlled, and expressive. The best artists are always learners, and trying something new keeps your eye sharp and your hand ready for anything.
Continuous line drawing. In this exercise, keep your drawing tool on the paper at all times. This technique encourages flow, spontaneity, and improves hand-eye coordination. Overall, though, it gets you to practice drawing. It also teaches you to trust your instincts and develop a more fluid drawing style. Don't worry about those mistakes, embrace them as part of the exercise. Continuous line drawing is a great way to loosen up and explore new possibilities in your artwork. How long to do this exercise? So I recommend you do this exercise for 5 minutes.
One of the best tactics to improve is by drawing boxes. This exercise has improved my drawing skill the most. A box and basic forms appears time and time again in drawing.
It's surprising how often it occurs. To draw a box, start with a T shape. This represents the corners of the box. Next, draw the other sides of the box. Draw lines to represent the top, bottom, and don't forget to draw lines marking the insides of the box too, often drawn with a dotted line. Draw different angles of the box and analyze each of your sketches to see how it conforms to perspective. As a bonus tip, grab yourself a ruler and draw through your boxes to see how good your perspective was, which sides need addressing. What can you learn from your analysis? Draw your coloured perspective lines going away from the viewer. This part of the exercise should be completed after you've created a whole page of boxes. How it can help your drawing. So drawing a box in perspective breaks down the most complex of subjects in real life. Look around you and notice how much you could break down a subject into a box. From a computer screen, a picture hanging up on your wall, to your phone. They all conform to perspective, which you can break down into simple forms. How long to do this exercise? I recommend you do this exercise for 5 to 10 minutes. Drawing a portrait. Portraits are one of the fastest ways to improve your drawing because they force you to really see. You can't rely on symbols or shortcuts. You have to measure, observe, and capture subtle relationships. The curve to the jaw, the tilt of the eye, the space in between features. Every portrait you draw strengthens your understanding of proportion, anatomy, and expression, even if it doesn't look perfect at first. Each attempt trains your brain to notice details you would have not noticed otherwise. Over time, you'll not only get better at likeness, but your confidence in every drawing you make, from objects to landscapes. This will skyrocket because your eyes have learned to see the world more accurately. Cross-contour lines. Cross-contour drawing is a powerful exercise for understanding form and depth. By drawing lines that wrap around an object, you mimic its three-dimensional structure on a flat surface. This technique not only improves the line quality, but enhances your ability to depict volume and spatial awareness in your work. Starts with basic shapes, move on to organic forms, and then more complex shapes. Check out this video for 5 essential cross-contour exercises that will take your drawing skills to the next level. These exercises will help you build control, fluidity, and depth in your artwork. Blind contour drawing. I didn't understand how not looking at my paper could actually help. But the first time I tried it, I was amazed at how much focused I became on the object. Yes, the result was very messy, but it taught me to trust what I was seeing. And this trust was essential in improving my drawing ability. In this exercise, you won't look at your paper at all. Instead, focus entirely on the object. Trust your hand to follow the contours of what you're observing. Benefits include trains you to focus fully on the object, helps develop hand-eye coordination, and builds skills in seeing proportions and shapes more accurately. It's important to slow down and don't rush. Try to mimic where your eyes are on the subject, to what you're drawing. Really pay attention to the lines and shapes of the object. Over time, you'll start to notice improvements in your ability to draw more accurately. Take a deep breath and really let yourself observe without judgment. It's completely fine if your lines wander or overlap. This is all part of training your hand to follow your eyes rather than your brain. The more you practice, the more your mind starts to quieten down, and the more details you begin to notice that you would normally miss. Focus on the edges, curves, and subtle shifts in the form of your subject. Move your eyes slowly along each contour and let your hand mimic that motion as faithfully as possible. Don't rush. This isn't about speed or perfection. And don't be tempted to look down at your paper. Remember, this is a blind, continuous line drawing. Each line is a study in patience and observation, and over time, it builds a strong foundation for more accurate drawings. Once you feel confident with your blind contour drawing, you'll notice a huge difference in the way you approach other exercises. Your hand-eye coordination improves, your attention to detail sharpens, and suddenly capturing complex forms
start to feel a lot less intimidating.
So definitely try this drawing exercise out. Let me know how you got on with this exercise in the comments section below. And did you enjoy this drawing exercise, and has it improved your drawing skill?